Also, never forget the time I thought Vegeta was just Goku in a different form.
What?
Generic control, the deck goes. We're back with some more DBcember by Team 4 Star. Today we're reacting to the 6th, 5th, and 4th best Dragon Ball fight according to Team 4 Star. I have never seen Dragon Ball, just Dragon Ball Z abridged by Team 4 Star, which has been awesome. I think after I wrap up the fights, I'm probably going to do the big video that they do that includes the rules and everything. It'll just be one video, but it'll have the countdown inside of that, and I'll stop it and cut it up into pieces, of course. So should be really interesting going forward. I don't know why they did this playlist like this, or why the videos are like this. I'm not really sure. I think that, I mean, this playlist isn't made by Team 4 Star or anything, but I don't think their playlist is that much better either. I think it has a bunch of other random stuff in it. But thank you so much for the support you've shown the DBcember reactions. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. Hopefully I can make it better. I hope you're subscribed. I love reading your comments. Go ahead and leave some down below. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully I can make it just a tiny little bit better. Shout out to the patrons. They get the videos there early, and I'm just gonna have a paywall on the channel. I really could not do this without each and every one of them. So, oh man. So we're getting 6th, 5th, and 4th, and then next we're gonna do 3, 2, 1, and then I think the thing after that's gonna be the techniques, which is gonna be completely new to me. So let's go ahead and jump on in with number 6. All right. Oh, if you want to check out last time or last week's, I'll leave right there. I think I forgot to do that. I don't know. It's like 9:30 at night when I'm recording this. I think I have 4 more videos to record after this.
Now this one's probably gonna be a little controversial.
Son Goku versus Kid Buu. A 6?
Conflicts in all of Z. Goku's fight with Kid Buu usually doesn't come up when people talk about their favorite fights.
After reviewing the footage,
wait, is it like it's not?
Why. Kid Buu's insanity is masterfully animated and boasts some of the most unique choreography in the whole series.
Wait, so people don't like this fight?
Superhuman acrobatics are a joy to behold. Hell, most of the cutaways during the battle are dedicated to showing everyone else in Otherworld losing their shit.
Otherworld. Oh, whoa.
The issue is it's easy to lose this
That's like
gym in the
lifts
series
everyone.
of fights that surround it. By this point in the saga, Buu's been here for a while, and since we're specifically talking Goku's throwdown with Kid Buu, it kinda ends with a fizzle. But everything between those 2 points is absolutely incredible.
With the pudgy pink man-child of yore now reverted to his purest state, Kid Buu presents
Isn't Kid Buu like the most
chaotic
dangerous, or is it
threat, unlike
Teenager
most of
Buu?
the series' big baddies. While other climactic battles involve long-witted speeches about galactic conquest or the value of strength, this is a clash with the embodiment of extinction. A relentless nightmare, blissfully ignorant.
I mean,
of
every
concepts
fight
like
is
good or
if they
evil.
lose
Despite
extinction
knowing
of the
another
world.
round of fusion would almost surely make quick work of the tiny pink menace, the good guys opt to play a rousing game of rock, paper, scissors to decide who seals the fate of the universe.
Wait, to
After nearly
finish
an
him off?
entire arc of magical power boosts and combining forces, it's nice to see a return to classic Dragon Ball form with individual martial artists choosing to fight the ultimate opponent with their own hard-earned
Why is he
strength.
banging on
I
his
also love how
chest?
Kid Buu starts this fight sleeping and frequently leaves himself wide open by pounding his chest for a bit. Goku hasn't fully
why?
powered up yet, and this little psycho knows there isn't much to worry about at this point. We're treated to some
So he's just having fun.
gorgeous choreography as these two titans of combat reshape the
I
planet
wish
in
they
their
continued
orbit.
on with the Buu
Mountains
saga.
crumble and the sky changes
I really hope
colors
they do.
as Buu's power begins to erupt, and Goku responds by adding some volume to his hair and really furrowing his brow.
And that's
We
Super
also had a
Saiyan
glimpse of
3.
Goku's newly attained Super Saiyan 3 form earlier in the show against Fat Buu, and there was no way such an
Fat Buu.
absurd transformation wasn't going to make a big comeback in the final act. With his life
Vegeta's just
restored and a
watching.
whole planet to use as a battlefield, it's time to see the main
A whole
character
planet?
finally
What?
go all out against the not so big but very bad Majin Buu.
There's a
What
lot of
happened
quick
to-
up-close
oh,
combat,
he's
but
upside down?
despite all the high-speed action presented on screen, there's shockingly little repeated footage. Each interaction has a purpose and reaction, all animated with great detail and framing. Our combatant styles and
So why don't
personalities are also
people think this
consistently
is, like,
showcased,
great?
with Goku's precision and focus being constantly battled away by Buu's sheer power and unpredictability.
Because he's
The
just
scene where
rubber,
they
he just
fly
bounces off
across the
everything.
horizon, shooting close-range blasts at each other, making a line of explosions in the sky.
That was actually
It's one
really
of the most
cool.
breathtaking set pieces in the whole series, and the animation is beautiful from beginning to end.
This battle also takes full advantage of Buu's regenerative and shape-shifting abilities,
Clearly.
which ratchets
That's
up
actually
his
fun. His
dismemberment
pants
quota
aren't
by
upside
a
down.
wide margin. Nearly every earth-shaking blow from Goku leaves Buu disfigured and mangled. But it never overstays
But
its
he just
welcome.
comes back,
Buu's
whoa.
super stretchy limbs also give us a ton of unorthodox attacks as Buu stomps his way through the ground and strangle
Oh.
tosses Goku with his... What is that
Tentacle?
on his head? A horn?
I believe the scientific term you're looking for is head tentacle.
The resilience of the little pink imp is another major factor in this bout.
Oh.
While Buu is the clear winner of this fight by the end, it's not presented as a beatdown.
You say Buu is?
Unlike most of the series' more one-sided fights, Goku vs. Kid Buu shows that both of our key players have
How do
similar
you
power
beat Buu?
ceilings. Buu just has seemingly endless endurance and the ability to regenerate on his side, which
As
is
long
what
as there's
nets
something
him the
left.
win in the end.
You see, Goku knew that Super Saiyan 3 was a huge burden on his energy and body, so he purposely avoided pushing himself to that point as long as he could. But Buu's ferocity proved too much for his other forms to handle. When backed into a
No,
corner
obviously.
and forced to release his full power, he quickly loses steam and reverts to his natural self, essentially ending this fight.
We pretty much jump right into Vegeta trying to hold off Buu at this point. Is there a reason
Oh, and then
we don't treat this as a
so
good
it's-
fight?
Not to say there isn't plenty
I
to
don't-
love in the rest
maybe
of the
because it's
struggle
mostly
against
one-on-one.
Kid Buu. Between Vegeta's rousing speech, Mr. Satan's showboating, and the return
That-
of Fat Buu, we have some quality moments here. But it's
Fat Boo's
significantly
punching
less
Kid Buu.
consistent and striking than the first fight between the Little Demon and Goku. For quality and consistency's sake, this is where we're ending the fight.
Goku bounces back for a bit after Vegeta buys him some time, but it's short-lived. The rest of this
listen to
conflict
me.
is spent going back to the old faithful strategy of letting everyone else get their asses kicked to buy some time for a spirit bomb. It's probably for
Oh,
the best
of
that we limit
course.
this to the initial
Takes
brawl between
forever.
Goku and Buu because, again, it's a joy to watch. If we were grading purely on visual impact, I honestly think this fight would be the top of the list. But with everything else
Really?
in mind, this seems like a good spot. It could have been longer and had a more satisfying resolution, but in the end, it stands as a brief, yet brilliant, bit of brutality.
Huh. Interesting. JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 3 in 6 minutes? Oh, God. People want me to react to JoJo. In case you skipped the intro, after next week, which is going to be the top 3 best battles in Dragon Ball, we're going to be doing, like, the whole video, like the video that had, like, the rules and everything in the beginning.
Bust out the popcorn,
Son Goku
boys.
versus Beerus, Battle of
DBcember's
Gods.
going
Okay.
Back to the movies.
While Super's retelling of Goku's
Oh, so this
practice
is
with
the other
Divine
movie,
has some
okay.
interesting additions. We opted to go with
I
the
heard this
original,
movie
more
was great.
streamlined version from
The other
film.
team, the
Return
other
to
DBcember stuff
fans
is
will
good.
remember just how much of an impact this movie had on us in 2015's countdown, and this
What do
scuffle
you-
is a
oh.
major highlight.
This fight also serves as a great introduction to Beerus and his relationship with Goku. Despite having a very brief encounter earlier on King Kai's planet, it's in this second fight that
Oh.
we really see how these two interact once they find themselves on equal footing.
It's been 4 years
Is
since
it
Majin Buu had
equal
the
fun?
universe on the brink of annihilation, and our heroes find themselves in a time of peace
Oh, really?
and prosperity. Bulma's gathered the Dragon Balls and is ready to throw the biggest birthday party this world has ever
For
seen.
what? Wait, what?
That is until some uninvited guests show up looking for a certain
Oh,
Super
Whis
Saiyan
and
god.
After a quick
Beerus.
chat with an
just like
unusually
food.
nervous Shenron, Goku finds out that the secret to godhood is the friends and babies we made along the way. With a
Babies?
new red-hot look and the strength of the divine flowing through him, everybody's favorite Saiyan is ready to give Beerus the fight he's been waiting for.
The dynamic
no way he
camera
can beat
angles and
Beerus.
high-flying action whizzing through the cities looks amazing. I'm usually not
Yeah,
a fan
no
of
one
the
can
newer
beat
animation
Beerus,
style
right?
more recent Dragon Ball products employ, but other than a
Outside
few
of, like, the
shots,
Omni
the
King?
visuals in this fight are stunning.
The scenery is almost constantly shifting, giving us
The
tons
fire.
of eye candy and giving viewers a great sense of scale. From busy
I don't know what
city
the song
streets
is,
to
but it's kinda
placid
good.
underground lakes, this fight literally goes places and lets the audience feel the speed of the fight as each clash takes them to new locales.
The character work here is on point as well. Throughout the whole struggle,
why is it
Goku
5?
and Beerus discuss the value of strength and what it means to be able to reach such dizzying heights on your own versus with the help of others. Goku's regret
Well, didn't
when he
Beerus
realizes
get the
his
power of
newfound
God,
power will never
like,
truly
given
be
to
his
him?
own, and Beerus's fascination with the Saiyans' obsessive attitude towards strength are terrific peeks into their psyche and add weight to the fight beyond the fate of the planet.
It kind of says something when the destruction of all life on Earth isn't enough of a dramatic weight for a fight.
Is that a dinosaur?
I guess that's a pretty
There's a
common threat
dinosaur.
for these guys.
And plus, just look at this face. This doesn't tell you everything you need to know about Beerus and why you should love him. I don't know what will.
Then
I remember when I
unthinkable
first
happens.
started watching
Amid
Dragon Ball
the
Z, I was like, I
Goku's
just know
godhood
Goku
disappears. Surely
and
reverting
Beerus
to his
thanks to
natural
KSI.
Saiyan self will spell a quick end for this battle, and the world as we know.
Also,
That's
never
where
forget
you're
the time I thought
wrong, Randy
Vegeta
boy.
was
It's when
just
Goku
Goku in a different
returns to
form.
Fighting with his own strength, that this battle truly hits its climax. The movie's theme
Ah,
song
throwback.
blares as our now golden-haired hero erupts from the caves below, and we're treated to a dizzying sky dance of
I like the
piss
colors.
and fury.
Seeing Goku and Beerus rip through the clouds as the audience's perspective just barely manages to keep up for the first time was incredible
For the
to
first
watch in
time.
a theater. It had been years since we had seen a new Dragon Ball fight of this magnitude, and the sense of speed and scale on display was just what the doctor ordered.
Space is the final frontier for this
Good
clash
God.
of titans, and it's
Look
loaded
at this
with
space.
eye candy.
Beerus doesn't
The
seem too
glow
worried.
of the earth behind the combatants looks beautiful and gives us a constant visual reminder of what's at stake in this fight.
As Beerus
The planet.
hurls a miniature sun towards our humble blue planet, Goku releases as much energy as he can muster to protect his home, his god form flickering back to life momentarily. The blast is
God form?
deflected.
Wait, does
but the
Goku become a
heroic
god?
Saiyan's body is spent. The fight is over.
I like how Beerus demands that Goku specifically say he gives up. Rather than being some dominating villain, this is
Beerus?
clearly a student-master relationship forming, mirroring Roshi's desire from earlier in the list to show Goku he still has a lot to learn. Shout out to
Sure.
recurring themes.
Goku's fight with
Yeah,
Beerus
well,
serves
that's
as
God,
a great
so.
lead into Super, adding 2 more lovable characters to our familiar cast and easing them in nicely. It also serves
They
as
just
our
love
introduction to the concept of multiple universes and fills in some details on the spiritual hierarchy which will come into play later on.
And it's just fun to watch from start to finish. Even with the world hanging in the balance, this fight never takes
Where
itself
did Goku
too
get the god
seriously
power
and
from?
knows how to throw in the
If he
comedy
got-
from time to time.
And with
Dinosaur.
that cat out of the bag, it lands feet first in our top 5.
You're really stretching for these closing lines, aren't you?
Do you
So-
think jokes have 9 lives? Because they keep dying, Grant.
Me ouch. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, ow. So I was a 5.
Guys?
I mean, maybe because it wasn't like a canon. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that move is necessarily canon. The next one. Oh man, I really look forward to showing Kirby Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Oh, it's gonna be great because she hasn't seen Dragon Ball. I think she just saw the beginning and like gave up just because there's like nothing going on. Perfect Cell versus Son
I
Goku.
wish to remind everyone in our audience that this list is purely an opinion.
I wish Takahata was
might
here.
not necessarily agree with everything on this
He's not
list.
dead, I just miss
I
him.
might not necessarily agree with everything on this list.
You're right, Kaiser. This should have been higher.
Do not test me, Granthony.
This fight struck an
Granted.
interesting balance between us because it has a lot of factors going for it and against it. On one hand, we have Perfect Cell, one of the most charismatic and fun villains in the entire series,
Yeah.
putting on a spectacular
Well, I
display
mean,
of his
Takahata.
extensive special move list against the star player for the good guys.
On the other, we have a fight that has an unsatisfying conclusion, inconsistent visual quality, and serves as little more than a red herring for the real climactic showdown in this arc. Can you tell that I love
Which is
playing up the
Gohan.
antagonist in these?
I feel like this fight is significantly more than the sum of its parts. And to address the nearby battle I have a feeling most
there's
fans were
Gohan.
expecting here, Goku vs. Cell is a prelude to a fantastic moment. My absolute favorite event in the entire
Day of
franchise,
Fate.
if I'm being
Ah,
honest. But it's
I just
not
reacted to
particularly a
Gohan
great
verse by
fight.
Dai
Once
Tomodachi,
Gohan
and
comes
he had
in,
Day
it's
of
basically
Fate,
a
the
cathartic
cover
beatdown and a beam strike.
from Team 4 Star.
Fun, but not top 12 fight material.
Our struggle begins shortly after our beloved champ, Mr. Satan, is caught
Oh,
off guard and cheated
beloved?
out of an easy victory against the biomechanical bully. Up first from the usual roster of our
survived that.
heroes is Goku, a man who has already admitted he thinks Cell is the stronger warrior.
The first bit of this fight has some excellent choreography, as Cell and Goku get up close and personal with some high-speed fisticuffs that leave the onlookers stunned. Some of the animation
Of course, Mr. Satan.
a little
It's all
rough
illusions.
from time to time, but when it looks good, it looks damn good.
Gohan going Super Saiyan 2 for the first time is my favorite event in the series. But
Oh,
Goku
yeah,
and
of
Cell
course.
blinking in and out of visibility as they zoom across the ring is definitely my favorite shot. Shoutouts to Cell's weird finger moves before he powers up as a close second, though.
It's
That's
an exceedingly cool
weird.
set piece to be sure, but I think you're forgetting just how rough the art can get in some of these spots. Goku and Cell are hilariously drawn in a handful of sequences, especially once the evil android starts multiplying.
Even if the presentation isn't always
Oh,
the
that's
best,
weird.
seeing
I
Cell
remember
bust
that.
out the multi-form technique, special beam
God, my old
cannon, and
videos are
Frieza's
so
homing
bad.
discs is a fun highlight reel of fights past. It's like telling the audience, hey, look how far we've come while still being the zany, crazy move fest we've always been.
If only they did more with it. With all the techniques at Cell's disposal, he had so much potential for a crazy move exhibition, and we only get a handful.
Do you think Cell can stretch his limbs or become giant like Piccolo?
I always wondered if Cell would
I
become
don't
a
know.
giant bug ape thing in a full moon.
Oh God, what if he did
Wait.
both at the same time?
Ew. After the stroll down memory
Why
lane
would it
and
be
a
you? That'd
narrowly
be
avoided
awesome.
Kamehameha,
I love that.
The art and animation pick up spectacularly. I love this whole fight to death, but if I'm being honest, this is the part I'm usually thinking about. The choreography, shot composition, and frenetic sweeping angles make every move feel like this blindingly fast conflict. I don't think DBZ ever really quite sells the absurd speed these fighters regularly employ this well again.
Yeah. Well,
this
until they
part,
show it
yeah,
from like an
this
onlooker's
looks
perspective.
amazing.
Just
Okay,
blinking.
if the whole fight looked this good, we'd be having a very different conversation.
We get some more dizzying speed punches before Cell realizes
Oh,
how
no, I love
disappointing
speed.
it would be if Goku were to fall out of the ring. In one fickle sweep, he undoes the only real rule of the Cell games and destroys the arena.
I'm not sure if he used Tenshinhan or Piccolo cells on that maneuver.
Fortunately, Goku doesn't seem to mind,
Good.
and the fight continues. Now with a much larger landscape to zip around and destroy.
Yeah,
Again,
they're not
all
stuck
while
on a
looking
square.
Gorgeous.
After some more insanely fast martial arts, Goku is pushed into a corner and starts charging one of his biggest Kamehamehas yet. And oh no! He's aiming right at the Earth!
Luckily, there's a
Yeah.
little yard rat trick Cell wasn't expecting. The instant transmission technique. Goku blinks into existence right
Hi.
in front of him and unleashes the iconic
And
blast right in the
it didn't
Slug
kill him.
Bug's face.
We've
Because
seen Cell take
he's
some
Cell.
serious damage before, but this is the first time he, loses his head over it. Even though it's pretty
Yeah.
clear that Cell will regenerate and be back in seconds, this
Yeah.
hit is brutal.
Once the dust settles and Cell's back on his feet,
And
the two
unexpected.
get back to the fight, albeit somewhat briefly. That big blast took a lot out of Goku, and it's clear by this point he's struggling just to keep up. In a desperate
us
attempt
Senzu
to put Cell down, Goku unleashes a huge flurry of blasts, but Cell's barrier keeps them from doing any real harm. With all his energy spent, Goku admits defeat and forfeits the match, much to Cell and everyone else's dismay.
I mean, it's not like it never happens, but it's nice to see the character often treated like a free win button fight a big bad in the last hour and lose. Even if the fight fizzles out in the end,
Yeah.
this is a pretty unique result.
I might be in the minority here, but when I saw this for the first time,
It's,
I
I
was
guess, fine.
completely caught off guard.
I
Goku
like
stepping
things that
down
are
to give Gohan
different.
a shot in the limelight was a powerful moment for me, and worked as a perfect capper for a fight that basically served as a highlight reel of Goku's life.
Jesus.
I fully admit that at times
GG.
this isn't the prettiest fight, and Gohan's transformation is a lot more emotionally resonant. But as a whole, Goku vs. Cell just
That
has so
scene.
much to offer, and I really think people just overlook it due to its proximity to a
Is-
lot of people's favorite moment.
Is Gohan
I'm
versus
still
Cell
not
going to be in this top
entirely
3?
sold, but you make a fair argument. This is a list of our personal favorite fights, and if it had that much of an impact on you and is this good to begin with, it definitely merits a spot on the countdown.
Aw, you see,
Well, yeah,
Kaiser?
well,
Isn't
fourth.
it nice to get along?
Nice try, Nick, but Goku versus Hit round 2 ain't making the list.
Aw, come on!
Round 2. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, that was 6, 5, and 4. Next week we'll be back with the top 3, which should be interesting. And then after that, I think we're doing the techniques, which I'm going to be doing the big video, so it actually has the rules. So that was really interesting. I don't know. I guess Frieza versus Goku isn't in here at all. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe because it was like, I think somebody says like 19 episodes long, which is insane to think about. Imagine being a kid watching that and like having to wait a week for the next episode to come out. That's kind of nuts to think about. Like for 19 weeks, you're watching Cell and Frieza fight. That's actually nuts. But that was cool. Beerus. Beerus' personality is just like, he just likes food. He's just powerful because he can be, and can just, you know, to kill anyone he wants because he wants to. And it's just, I don't know. I just love that energy. But, oh, this is so good. I hope to see you back for next week. I hope that you are subscribed so you don't miss it. I love reading your comments. Leave them down below. You can check out the Patreon, or you can be subscribed. I would appreciate either or both, maybe. Some of you are both. But I hope you have a great one for the rest of the day. Hopefully I made it better. But until next video, take care and cue the music.